I'm definitely a self-confessed Sezane addict, and I adore their autumn-winter collections so much that quite often I can't resist the temptation to place an order, try out a few things for myself, and I know how much you'll love these videos as the imagery on their website doesn't always necessarily tell the full picture of how something fits or looks. So I'm hoping by placing this order it will help you out. I am going to link everything that I share at the top of the description box below in case you want to go and take a peek. But I picked out 6 pieces that I thought might work with my existing wardrobe, and I'm going to try them on, show you how I style them, talk about the quality, the pricing, if I think it's worth it. And I want to begin with the 3 pieces that make up actually part of a set, and it was what I was drawn to the most. I'm really loving this idea of sets and very easy, effortless dressing, you know, an outfit that I don't really have to think about. And I actually thought this would be perfect for the spring-summer season here in Australia, at least in a deconstructed sense. So we've got 3 items here. There's a top, a cardigan, and then a midi skirt. So we've got the Susie top, which retails for $130. We have got the Francine skirt, which retails for $215, and then we've got the Ellie cardigan, which is $185. And the detail I really liked on these, which I thought was so pretty, so feminine, so French, is this lovely little scalloped edged detail, which is around the collar, around the hem, around the cuffs of the sleeves on the cardigan. It's also on the straps and around the trim of the top, and then it's also at the waist and the hem of the skirt as well. And I love seeing this one little detail carried on throughout all 3 pieces. I didn't really pick this up when I was browsing on the website, but hopefully you can get a real sense of the actual knitted texture as well, which is really pretty and almost has this slight pointelle effect as well in a vertical line. Now I ordered all of these in a size small, and I will say from a sizing perspective, I think that you can kind of go up or down with styles like this because they are really stretchy. So the fabrication of all of these 3 pieces is Sezane's Eco Vero lensing, and I personally think this is one of the best knitted fabrications that they do because it is extremely soft, it is not itchy at all, and it also washes well too. I have quite a few pieces that I've purchased over the years that are in this fabric composition. They're also pretty hard wearing as well. So the camisole in the small, I actually almost wonder whether I would be better served with an extra small. I really want to keep this piece and I would love to know what your thoughts are. I've shown you in the cutaways how it looks worn braless and also with a strapless bra. So the great news is that regardless of your cup size, you can wear something underneath with a bit of support and you won't actually see any of your undergarments, which is really, really wonderful. The skirt I think in the small fits perfectly, and I quite like the fact that it's sort of a rounded bell shape in a way. It's not quite A-line and it hugs the curves really beautifully. Then the cardigan is a little bit more shrunken, a little bit cropped, and it fills a gap in my wardrobe for an item that I really felt was lacking, especially as I've noticed my own preferences shifting to a mix of slimmer and looser proportions. So I think they're all absolutely stunning pieces. I think the trio together, the price point, it does strike me as being a little bit expensive, especially the knitted camisole, but Sezane really do details very well. I mean, you can see that just in the close-up. So a little bit pricey, but I think that they're all pieces that I could wear individually and together a lot of different ways. The next item I added to my wardrobe is the Wilson cardigan, and this is in the natural and navy stripe. The navy stripe on this is a really, really dark navy, and then the natural color almost is a pale ecru. It has more of a neutral creamy tone to it. I really like how they've got the massive tortoiseshell buttons, and these are kind of glossy, so they sort of reflect the light a little bit. This has a really boxy fit, and I do find that it works well if you do a little bit of a French tuck, though keep in mind it is more of a bulky sweater, so you are going to get that additional fabric in your waistband, so I would recommend not tucking too much. I'm going to do a whole video on how to tuck sweaters, so hopefully you guys are keen for that because I think it'll be really helpful. I went with a nice size small, and I think if you like the oversized fit, stick with your usual size. Otherwise, if you want something that feels a little bit more intentional, that's just a little bit slimmer fitting on the frame, especially if you are petite, go down one size. I personally really like this, though I'm not 100% certain on the composition. So this is 40% wool, 40% cotton, and 20% polyamide. And in the past, I kind of made a blanket rule that I would avoid Sezane knits with polyamide blended into it, but honestly, this style was kind of what piqued my curiosity, and I decided let's just see how it feels in person. You can definitely feel that slight synthetic edge to the yarn. It's very smooth to the hand. It's not itchy, but I wouldn't say that this is the softest knit that I have purchased, especially from the brand. I think they have other styles that really take that crown. Overall, I think it's a really nice piece, and yeah, one I'm tossing up about. I'm really curious to see how it will wear over time. If you have this, I would love if you could share your feedback in the comments. The next item that I purchased is the Taia Skirt, and this is in the patchwork floral, and I know this probably feels like a bit of a wild card piece, especially for me, but I've had something like this on my wish list for a while, something that is a little bit bulkier, that has a really kind of pretty micro floral print to it on a black base. The other style that I'm looking at is from Garni. I'll link it down below in case you want to get another option. That one has blue flowers to it, but I thought that these magenta kind of purple tone flowers were so pretty, and I loved the wrap effect. This one retails for 255 Australian dollars, which I actually think is very fair considering the level of detail and work. So it is a quilted style skirt, which means it's got some padding to it, which makes it really quite heavy, weighty, and very, very warm as well. I felt very cozy when I was trying this on. I really like the little patch pocket detail on the front, and it actually does up, or it fastens with a button on the interior, and then it has the snap closure on the front. So you have this beautiful wrap effect. I personally would probably wear this with a knee-high boot or something like that, but I got the sizing completely wrong. So I went with a size 36, AU8 or US4, and I find actually it fits a little bit large, especially if you do have a smaller waist. I want it to sit a little bit higher on my waist. It kind of hangs down, and the front of the skirt sort of falls forward and accentuates the lower part of my stomach, which I personally don't think is cute. I think the skirt is cute. I just don't think the way it's sitting on me is. And I think if I had gotten the size smaller, so the French 34, the US 2, or the AU6, I would have been a lot happier with how it looked on. Quality wise, I think it's really nice. And this actually reminds me a lot of the pieces from the collaboration that they did with C New York. So if you didn't pick up one of those and you kind of been wanting to add that sort of style into your wardrobe, I think this would be a great alternative. What do you think? Should I return this and get the size down, or should I just return it and keep looking? Would love to know your thoughts, but I think really, really beautiful, and I love the midi leg. The final item that I ordered is the Lori jumper, and this one retails for 250. I ordered it in the size small. I will say out of everything, this was my least favorite by far, and actually I don't think that this looks good on me at all. I'm not sure what possessed me to order it. I think I just really liked the beautiful Victorian-esque collar. The trim is actually crocheted, which is so pretty, and then it's a pointelle knit. So you have this lovely kind of sheerness to it. Hopefully you can see from the cutaways, and then it does have the split sides as well, which makes it ideal for doing a French tuck because you're not going to have too much bulk on the sides. It's just going to fall really nice and flat. The fabrication on this, again, I'm not actually sure now why I added it to cart, because it's 55% merino wool, 25% polyamide, and 20% cotton. And I think maybe when I was looking at the composition online, I might have thought it was just a wool and cotton blend, because that's the only thing that makes sense to me. It doesn't feel like it's got polyamide in it though. Unlike the cardigan I showed you before, this one does feel like it's 100% natural fibers. It is a little bit prickly on the skin. So if you have sensitive skin, I think that you will not get on with this unless you're wearing something underneath to act as a barrier between your skin and the sweater. Sizing wise, it's very oversized. So again, if you are more petite, you'd want to size down. I personally find it works fine for me. I'm 172 centimeters for height reference, so I tend to be able to pull off things that are a little bit looser and baggier because of that. But yeah, I think the reason why this doesn't gel with me is because I tend not to like to have too much fabric around my neck. When I look at my proportions in the video when I was reviewing it, it does look like my head is really small, and it's just because there is so much going on. It would explain why you don't often see me in a roll neck, because for that very reason. I think that this is really pretty on the hanger on the model. It looked amazing, but just does not translate in real life on me, sadly. But yeah. That is the final piece that I added to my cart to try on from Sezane. I would love to know what you think, what pieces you would keep from the order. For me, clearly that knitted set at the very start is the clear winner. I just think they are so stunning, and in the black, very, very easy to style up. I'm loving all these sets they're doing, by the way. They are really nailing it, especially with the different colors. I would love to know what you've been buying from Sezane as well. Have you had your eye on anything? Please share in the comments. If you've got any other questions, please pop them down there as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little bonus video this week, and I will see you on Monday with a brand new one. See you very soon. Bye.